Good morning, folks, and welcome back to Wishwell Farms on this rainy, dreary, cloudy Monday morning. Time to do it all again. Starting off with packing up our mobile produce trailer. When the crew gets here, we're going to pick some sweet corn, zucchini and cucumbers, greenhouse tomatoes, and cantaloupes. Yes, the cantaloupes are finally ready for harvest. I picked 25 of them Saturday afternoon. I saw a handful out there again today. It's not going to be a lot. I'm guessing only about a half a bin, maybe 50, 60, 70, something like that. But it's a good start. It's July 22nd. This might be one of our earliest cantaloupe harvests ever. Usually it's about the 25th, 26th before we start harvesting. So I'm glad that those are finally ready, and now I can stop buying so many Indiana cantaloupe. It was kind of a lighter pick today. Not that we don't have the corn. We got thousands of dozens ready to pick right now, but we had a skeleton crew today. I had a couple of girls sick, a couple guys at camp, so it was just us four picking this corn. So I think we got about 120, 130 dozen, just enough to get us through the day. There's the 16 tubs going on the trailer that heads out here in a few minutes. And next we're gonna go pick our first harvest of cantaloupes for 2024. Cantaloupes are just getting started. There's just a handful out here today. But you've got to start somewhere. We have to get them picked or they will get overripe. One-handed juggle. So this cantaloupe is not ripe, it's green, and they get that yellowish tan color when they're ripe, and you start seeing a little perforation around the stem, and the stem will slip. That's what's called, slip. See how that just kind of pops right out? And then we pick them up and throw them to the girls. We always fight a lot of morning glory down at this end. It makes it hard to see the melons. Well, we just got up from the field from picking our very first load of cantaloupes. I actually wasn't expecting this many. I'm guessing it's around 100, 110. They're very dirty, so we're going to run them through our vegetable washer and get them all nice and cleaned up and sorted into two sizes, larges and smalls. So we throw our cantaloupes into the washer. You can see all the water spraying down as the cantaloupes spin on these scrub brushes. Cleans them up really nice. These are the ones I picked Saturday afternoon. Then they come out of the water and scrub brush section onto these drying donuts, and then onto the round table where we are sorting them into two sizes. And as you can see, the first few harvests are mostly smalls and mediums. We're getting very few larges right now. This is probably going to be like a 110 count, and this will probably be an 80. So today is the first day we are harvesting in our new zucchini and cucumber patch. We have 3 rows of each, 3 rows of cucumbers over here, 3 rows of zucchini, and they look spectacular. There's no weeds out here. They are thick, and there's not going to be much harvest today though. They're just starting. But the ones we are going to harvest look really nice. The ones in the first patch that we've been harvesting for the last 3 or 4 weeks or however long it's been, have kind of run their course and looking pretty rough, especially the cucumbers. I could never get a handle on the cucumber beetles, and there's disease running through the cucumbers, probably downy mildew. That seems to attack cucumbers more than anything else. But between that and the cucumber beetles, they were just shot. They look terrible. So I'm glad the new cucumbers are ready. And here's the zucchini that they missed. They always start off a little bit on the shorter side for the first couple picks, and then they'll eventually get their length. And the cucumbers are just barely ready. You know, a lot of them are in this stage right here. Those need to wait till the next picking. But I did see some through the rows when I was checking them last night that are ready to harvest. These are like pickle size over here. You know, each row is a different variety. So one row might be really good, and one of the other rows might hardly have any. So here we go. I think today we'll pick stuff about that size. That one still really needs another day or two, but we're in need of good cucumbers, so we're going to go ahead and pick them that size today. There we go. Like the zucchini, they start off just a little bit on the shorter side, but those aren't bad. Another inch or two in length and they'll be full size. You can see how healthy these zucchini and cucumbers are. No weeds, no disease, no bugs at the moment, but a lot of the zucchini are just a little bit, oh, there's another one they missed. You know, a lot of them are this hot dog to bratwurst size that need another day. That one's getting close. But these look really nice. I like that light green glossy color. I think this patch will give us a really good yield. It is a muddy mess out here. Check that out. We haven't got that much rain. But when it does rain, it all settles down here in the low area. But I think what made these rows so wet right here is that I ran the irrigation all night. Because my cauliflower, which is the next thing planted right there, I got 5 rows of cauliflower. They were bone dry. I hooked it up last night for the first time this season, and I knew watering them 5 or 6 hours was not going to be enough. So I just let it run for like 12 hours yesterday. And I went ahead and left the cucumbers and zucchini on as well. And I believe the water leaked out of the beds down here in this low area where they didn't need a lot of water. And that's why it's so soupy. But they'll be good to go now for at least another week. You guys pick some of ours right here? Yeah, sure. tomatoes still look halfway decent. Definitely losing some size. There's a few nice ones still out there though. We're back out here 2 days later picking cantaloupes again. And we're hoping to get about 6 bins today. They're pretty loaded. We pick 4 rows at a time, and we have 2 catchers in the wagon. Then we'll bring them back up to the barn, get them washed, and then we'll separate them into 2 sizes. Got some pretty nice ones down there. Separating them into 2 sizes, mediums and larges. Well, here we are at the end of the day. The trailer made it back safely, unloaded. She had a pretty good day. The weather was fantastic. That always helps. I replaced my front brakes, calipers, rotors, pads about 2 weeks ago. And for some reason, this passenger side front one keeps getting hot. I don't know what's causing it. I had my mechanic come back and look at it, and the day he came, it wasn't hot. But today, I could smell burning brakes again. So I don't know if I have a caliper sticking. I mean, they're brand new. So if it's sticking, you know, I'll get it replaced for free, I'm sure. So we got to have him take a look at that. And then I also noticed on my trailer, I repacked my bearings the other day, and I must have overfilled this one. I'm not sure why it's spinning oil out of there. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know if it's obviously coming out the front here somewhere. If you know why that's happening, let me know in the comments. Maybe the bearings and races are starting to be worn out and need replaced, and that's why it's spinning the oil out of there. I don't know. You got to definitely keep an eye on that, but that's concerning me a little bit. And I got one more issue. I'm going to take you out here to the box trucks and show you what's going on. The box trucks have been treating me fantastic this year. Fortunately, we have not had anything major since I replaced my motor that burned up last year. That's in a prior video. Oh man, maybe 3 months back, I don't know. I've been putting so many videos out, I start to lose track of what all I have put out for you guys. But this truck here had oil all over the back end of it. And I can see oil dripping down underneath the truck. So I wasn't sure where it was coming from. It can't be coming from the differential because it's everywhere in front of the differential and back, and it dripped on the ground there. So my mechanic came out and looked at it. We started it up. He said it wasn't coming from the differential. We started it up and took the cap off, and the cap was blowing around. There's air pressure coming out of the head, or the oil fill. Oh, whatever you call that. And he said it's because he thinks this is plugged. This is a crankcase vent filter. It's just a little piece of plastic, and he thinks that's plugged up. So fortunately, I have one off my old motor. I'm going to take it off and see if oil comes out of this. It has 2 tubes on the right and 1 down here on the bottom. So I'm going to take that off, start it up, and see if that relieves the crankcase pressure. Because we determined that the oil is coming from the overflow tube. This little overflow vent tube right here. And it's getting all over everything from here back. So I'm hoping this ends up being a simple fix. If I have to buy one of those filters, they're like $200 and some, so not too hateful. So that I got to get that fixed, but it's not critical because I'm only using 4 of the box trucks now. Now that we're using our second mobile produce trailer at our local hometown market, I don't need that 5th box truck. So it's kind of a backup truck, but obviously I need to get that problem resolved. And I might even consider selling that truck. If I'm not going to use it and I don't need it, there's no reason to have an extra box truck sitting around here. Yes, it's nice to have a backup, especially during the busy part of the summer when a truck could go down, and that could cost me huge not having at least 4 trucks up and running. So, yeah, I haven't decided what I'm going to do about that yet, but I have a feeling I'm going to sell that truck this year because it's getting some age on it now, and it'd be nice to move it on down the road while it's still running really good. Well, tomorrow I am harvesting a beautiful patch of green beans. Our best one this year by far, probably one of the best ones I've had in quite a while. I'm really excited to put together a great video for you guys of using our 1-row green bean harvester. It's a BH100 made by Oxbow. It's a Pixel BH100 single row green bean harvester. We're gonna get them all picked. Probably 75 bushels. There's probably 200 bushels out there. They're that good. But we only need like 75 to get us through the weekend. I don't want to pick too many because then they won't last. So maybe I'll pick some tomorrow and then pick again at the end of the week, or if they're still good, I'll pick the rest of them next Monday. So I'm really looking forward to showcasing our bean harvesting operation for you guys, to show you how we pick them, pack them, clean them, cool them, all that good stuff. And if I have time, I'm even going to take the drone out there. I think the drone really adds a cool element to how we harvest our green beans. So that video is coming up soon. It's not going to be the next video, unfortunately. I think there's another 1 or 2 videos that's going to be before that one, but it will be coming soon, I promise. This is where we're going to wrap up tonight's video, folks. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content, and consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I hope to see you all again real soon down on the farm.